We are live. We are live. We are live. Man, it's such an honor and it's such a pleasure to be back here one more time to do what I love to do and to share what I love to do with everybody out there. You're at the right place at the right time. This is Coin Gang Ministries. And if you can see me, press 1. And if you can hear me, press 2. If you can see me, press 1. And if you can hear me, press 2. This is the number one home for personal development. This is ministry for the abstract mind. And this is a safe space for everybody out there with an out the box philosophy. If you have babies, please keep your babies close. They ain't never too grown to get loved on. So keep your babies close. And in the season of so much relationship talk, if you have somebody close to you trying to love on you, please allow them to love on you. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but just please practice the art of allowing. Again, you're at the right place at the right time. This is the number one home for personal development. I want to say shout out to all my Coin Gang family. Over here, our ministry is personal development. And we follow Constitution over here. And some of our constitutional principles over here are as follows. Something like top shelf or nothing. Top shelf or nothing is having a non-negotiable standard. That means how you eat, how you travel, how you look, how you live. It means that you don't negotiate on being top shelf or nothing. So when I come and I talk, if the screen is blurry and you can't hear me, then I'll try again another day because it ain't that serious. It's top shelf or nothing. So top shelf in your relationships, top shelf in every aspect of your life. We also have necessary narcissism. And I know that's a word that people throw around so much. Everybody's a narcissist. Narcissist this, narcissism that. Well, I'm a narcissist. I practice necessary narcissism. What that means, I have an inflated sense of importance. That doesn't take away anything from you. It just, I have an inflated sense of importance. I believe that I'm somebody in the world that thinks you're nothing, right? And I believe that everything is working in my favor. So over here, we practice necessary narcissism. We also have a philosophy of do without wilt, but do no harm. Cause nobody else any violations when you're doing what you're doing. We believe in value for value. That means you good, I'm good. Value for value. We trade value for value. You good, I'm good. And most importantly, we believe over here you got to put something down to pick something up. That means a seed for a deed. Put something down to pick something up. That means a seed in exchange for a deed. But you got to start with the seed in a world that is heavy on the free lunch. We don't believe in that over here at Coin Gang. We put something down to pick something up. We plant, right, to receive a seed for a deed. Today we're talking about the price of freedom. It's a conversation for young men, old men. It's a conversation for your sons, for your brothers, for your husbands, for your boyfriends. It's a conversation for men that are on the hero's journey, on the path of personal development. We believe over here that, or today, we're talking about being responsible for your own legend. And that's an important conversation today because what happened to your individual legend? Why is it all about generalizing all men? I'm not all men. So I don't care if Jordan Peterson is talking about lonely men. I don't care if Andrew Tate is talking about all men. I'm not all men. I don't care if men can't get laid. I'm not all men. I'm focused on my own legend. And we're talking about the only thing that matters is the scoreboard. Today's build is the 8 lies men are taught, escaping mental bondage. Our conversation today is 8 lies that men are taught, escaping mental bondage. And I'm definitely going to get in my bag. And if you are interested in having a one-on-one conversation with me, you can by dialing the Nothing But Game hotline. It is 888-565-8734, 888-565-8734. That is a personal development number. That is a accountability partner number. If you are interested, it is $1.99 a minute. Again, seed for a deed. Why is there so much conversation about lonely men? It is a very weird time to me. Why is it so much conversation about a woman's body count? Again, it's a very weird time to me. Why is there so much conversation about women looking over this kind of guy and women looking over that kind of guy, and the majority of men are invisible to women? This is a strange conversation to me. How does that personally develop a man? The Declaration of Independence says we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are all endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to get it, but an inalienable right to be an American is the pursuit of happiness. That means, that don't mean you're going to get a woman. That don't mean you're going to get laid. You can pursue it. That means the government pretty much is going to stand out your way, or the state is going to stay out your way. Whatever it is that you want to do, you have the personal right, the inalienable right to pursue that thing. But it doesn't mean that you are entitled to that thing. You can pursue women. It doesn't mean that you're going to get her, right? What does the Declaration of Independence say? Does it say every man is entitled to a wife or a pussy? No, it doesn't. It says life, liberty, and the pursuit. And anything that infringes on your pursuit is infringing on your inalienable rights. That's what the founding fathers of America set up, that all men have a right to pursue happiness. It doesn't mean you're going to get it. So I don't want to hear any conversations about lonely men. Can these lonely men pursue? Yes, they can. Can these lonely men pursue personal development? Yes. Can they pursue higher levels of finance? Yes. Can they pursue housing? Yes. Is the country stopping the men from pursuing? No. You can pursue, but you are not entitled. You are not entitled to sex. You can pursue it. And like everything in nature, you might not get it. Now, I'm a big fan of watching National Geographic. See, many programs show you the lion getting the meal. But there's other programs that show you the lion with his ribs touching. Everything in nature does not eat. Many creatures in nature starve to death, but they pursue. And what they're chasing after has skills. Some animals have the ability to camouflage. Others have speed. Others have horns. So even though you see the lion eating, you don't see it starving, and that happens. Why am I bringing that up? Because it's the same in life. You can pursue, that doesn't mean you're going to get. Why am I saying this though? Because it's a big conversation going on with men talking to women, trying to get women to be sympathetic that there are lonely men. But the Declaration of Independence gives those lonely men inalienable rights to pursue. Do those lonely men have an ability to pursue? Yes. Then there's no sympathy. Maybe you win, maybe you don't. Those lonely men will be able to get some shit I can't get, right? No one feels sorry for me that I've been the same height since 7th grade. I went to 5'9" and stopped. I thought I was gonna be 6'4". Something happened. Get over it, right? This is an important thing because we're in a weird space and time where podcast men, charismatic men, want the world to feel sorry that there are men that are not gonna get a wife. Can you get other things? Right? There are so many men are virgins. I've known you heard this in these YouTube streets and these TikTok streets. However, do those men, based on the Declaration of Independence, can they pursue? Yes, they can. Okay? That's very important, right? And because you have the inalienable right to pursue, doesn't mean you're going to get a woman, doesn't mean you're going to get a date, doesn't mean you're going to get anything, but you have an inalienable right to try, to pursue, and no one is going to stop you. But now the conversation is because men are pursuing, they're supposed to get it. Says who? What law of nature is that? And that right there is crippling so many men's psychology. You have a right to pursue. You might not get what you're chasing, though. That's the game. And that's why it's important to be responsible for your own legend. All these generalizations, men don't, men do, men like, men this, men that. I don't give a damn. I care about what I like. I care about what I do. I care about what I don't. I'm not going to come to the world talking about men don't like. No, it's about what Ken likes. Men don't. No, it's about what Ken don't do. It's about my own legend. And all the narrative right now is very dangerous because guys don't actually speak for themselves. They speak for men. And that's the difference between someone like me and the crowd. I am in the me business, not the we business. Now, the only we that I'll listen to is the we that's associated with Coin Gang. If you are outside of my tribe, you're an op, period. Okay? If you're outside of my group and outside of my love circle, whatever happens to you, happens to you. And I expect you to have the same feelings for me because I'm not part of your group. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. I match for my rations. So I'm not going to talk to a woman like this. I'll give you an example. This is an example of people not being responsible for their own legend. So men, to convince a woman to allow him to have another woman, instead of saying what he likes, he's going to speak on behalf of all men. Men ain't monogamous. No, you're not. Oh, yeah, it's about nation building. Why are you trying to make it higher? Just say that's your preference, right? Yeah, men don't like this, men don't like that. You see, one of the things that's missing from that conversation is the individual is not campaigning for themselves, okay? Because the individual knows that if he speaks for himself, he's going to crap out. So he has to make it higher. Nation building. Biology set it up like this. Or the men in general. No. Speak for yourself. Be responsible for your own legend. Say, I would like multiple women because that's what I like. I don't give a damn about what other men do. I'm talking about me. I don't give a damn about no nation building. My nation is in my home. So this is what I want to do. You fucking with me or not? Most likely, the woman isn't because he ain't man enough to stand on what he's talking about. So this is why it's important to try to make it something bigger than what it is. Instead of campaigning and responsible for his own legend. It takes confidence to be responsible for your own legend. It takes balls. It takes foresight. It takes wherewithal to say, I want to live like this. And this is the reasons I want to live like this. And here's my vision for the life that I want to live. I can't speak for other men's households. And if you're really listening, how many men speak for themselves? When you're listening to the podcast, when you're listening to the TikTok videos, you have poor men talking about what a high value man is going to do or don't do with his money. Yeah, you can't get him, right? You got to settle for me, right? You don't qualify for him. He ain't going to accept you. A high value man, he likes this and he likes that. How you speaking for another dude, right? How you speaking for another dude? No, 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 no. The person that doesn't qualify is the person using someone else's reputation as a talking point. First of all, the high value man doesn't care about you. The high value man says you and your poor friends to war. The high value man makes you and your friends build the cities. The high value man uses your body, right, to build shit while they be in suits behind the boardroom, behind the desk. You have carpal tunnel in your fingers. The high value man is writing legislation and making the men, other men, go to work for their vision. But you campaign for these men as if those men are your friends. And you use that to leverage against women instead of campaigning for your own self. I'm campaigning for Ken. This is what Ken likes. I don't care what those other men are doing. I am not in a group of other men. What other men experience at family court, pick better, right? Isn't that the narrative that we tell the women? So let's own it out the board. Everybody pick better. So I don't care if his baby mama sends him to child support and puts him on a hamster wheel. He should have picked better. And if it happens to me, guess what? That's my cross that I have to carry. And it has nothing to do with other men. It has everything to do with me and the chapters in my life that I'm going through. Period. It's just my turn to experience a specific thing. Has nothing to do with other men. That's not how the hero's journey goes. Anything that happens on my path is for me. Anything that happens on that man's path is for him. This is not a community life as much as we try to pretend it to be. Some things are community based, meaning that we use others' hands and their minds and their bodies to accomplish interests that we all agree on. But the majority of this life, this journey, is the hero's journey. And I am walking this thing by myself, and I have to figure it out by myself. And what is happening to me is happening to me for me because it's about me, right? When I die, my tombstone is going to say Ken Brisbane, right? It's not going to say men. That casket that I go in, the body of men are not going to come with me. I came in alone, I'm going out alone. And this path that I'm on, right? This little space in the middle between life and death is for me, for my chapter, for my book. Ain't got nothing to do with other men. So for a dude out there, if you're listening, please don't take on the traumas of other men. If he's in family court, that's his business. If he didn't pick the right woman to marry, that's his business. You know why you're not united with that man? Because when he's doing this, you don't feel it, right? When he's experiencing joy in life and he's on his boat and he's partying, you don't feel it. So why do you feel the trauma? And why do you feel the pain, right? Walk your own path. And it's way too much generalizations. It's way too much men speaking for other men. Speak for yourself. And let me tell you the reason why they talk like that. It's to keep you poor. It's to keep you destitute. It's to keep you without friends. See, the successful man has found out a trick. For him to remain successful and for him to remain popular, they need to keep you in the position that you're in. So what they do is they don't tell you how to be successful like them. They don't talk about their day-to-day. They don't tell you what makes them high value. What they do is try to throw you a bone and try to grab women and bring them down to where you're at. And the average guy, that's all he wants anyway. So he's content, right? So the rich man, the successful man, has been able to run the score up while you're in the comment section going back and forth with other poor women. Make that make sense. You're on TikTok. You're in IG. You're on Facebook going back and forth with women that are in your social class about who's better, masculinity, femininity, blah, blah, blah. But who benefits? Whoever coded the algorithm, right? You see? Hamster wheel. But the successful man is not going to tell you how to be successful. He's not going to tell you how to make money work for you. He's not going to tell you how to be disciplined because he needs you to keep arguing with the woman in your same social group while he runs the score up and you share the videos, right? And you elevate him and make him a god. Where are you at? Arguing with women in your social group. Lower class arguments about what? None of it leads to a win. Think about that for a second. The successful man will say, you know, there's nothing wrong with a guy making $40,000 a year. Okay. So why did he go further then? Right? Obviously, that was an issue for him. He's seen himself being more, making more, doing more. He accomplishes that, then double back and say, you know, every man can't do that. So y'all women need to go with that man because every man can't do that. But he did it. So is he a superhero? Does he have a skill? Or was he born with a gift that no other men possess? If the successful man, your heroes on your podcast, the ones that y'all share, if they love you so much, how come they don't elevate you to where they are? They keep you there, right? And they create scarcity in your mind. They create paranoia in your mind that the matrix is taking your voice away as a man. What do you mean? No one is taking nothing from me. See, when you take on this group identity of other men, you actually believe the entire world is against you. But my question for you today is, what is it that you wanted to do today that the door wasn't there for you to turn? Right? What was it? What did you want to do and accomplish today and you was persecuted and you couldn't do it? Huh? That doesn't mean you could bully. That doesn't mean you can step on other people's toes. In terms of personal development, what is it that you wanted to become and no one's allowing you to become that? Because I keep hearing how hard it is for men. Really? How? How? Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Can you pursue happiness? Do you have life? Do you have liberty? Don't you have, aren't there laws on the books that protect you as an American? Hmm? Can you pursue happiness? Are there occupations that you want to do and someone's stopping you? They stop printing money. You can't get no bread. What is it? You compare access to women to the world being cruel to you. Now, how short-sighted is your vision? Sex? Is all this is about? Is this all this is about? Sex. You haven't allowed your mind to go past that. Sex. There's no benefits to get married, and I thought you was an alpha male. I thought you was a king. I thought you was that guy. If you're a king and you're an alpha and you're these things, then everything works out in your favor, right? So you mean to tell me that your God, your deity that you pray to and you believe in strongly does not have your best interests? Do you believe in the matrix more than you believe in your God? Which one is it? You can't pray and stress at the same time. You got to pick a struggle. Does your God have your best interest as a man? Because God's a man, right? And his son is a man, right? And the Holy Spirit is like masculine, right? So you should get a win then. Be careful of these people finessing your confidence, fam. Go on the hero's journey. Go get what life has to offer you. It is not your responsibility to fix the world. The only world that you're responsible for is your mind. And if you really have a desire to change the world, you start by changing yourself. And you be a walking example of your ideals. You be a living testament to your philosophy. That supersedes talking points. That supersedes data and statistics. Blah, blah, blah. These are the stats and statistics and all data that I care about. These are only stats, data, statistics that I care about. What percentage am I better than 5 years ago? Did my income go up? What percentage? Am I making 10% more money? Am I 10% in better shape than I was before? Is my production 50% greater than it was in 2020? Those are the only stats I care about. My personal development stats. Damn, how many books did I read this year? Damn, I didn't make as much money as I did 2 years ago. What's the reason? Is it because I pursued something new and it's going to take a second? Or did I slack off? Why? That's the only stats I care about. My stats. I don't give a damn about 1 in 3 men being lonely and sexless. What am I going to do with that? So and when I talk to women, what am I supposed to tell them? Hey, you need to give them guys some pussy. Why would I say that when they should give me it? Wait, hold on. Why would I campaign for him? What? Why would I campaign for him? When I'm the one that's focused on personal development, when I'm the one going to get my hair cut, when I'm the one throwing on that shit, why would I campaign for him and he ain't doing that? Are you crazy? My legend. My legend. I'm not campaigning for him. What? He got to campaign just like I'm campaigning and let the best man win. My legend. Because as I age and I become an old man, I'm going to look back on my life and see what I did or didn't do. And that's true hell on earth. As your body shuts down, but you still have a fresh mind, and you know that you left life on the table. You know that you didn't push it to the limit like you could. You know you didn't take this thing where you should have. And now you don't have the energy that you did, right? And the reason why you didn't go to where you should have went, because you're campaigning for men that ain't about it. Listen, man, ain't no certificates for showing up. You are either that guy or you're not. Simple as that. And there's some things where I'm not that guy. I'm not $100 million dude. That's the game. So the $100 million dude, he's gonna have different access to me. He's gonna have different plays to me. He might even get a woman that I can't get. That's the game. Is he supposed to feel sorry for me? No, because I have no idea what he did behind the scenes to become that man. He don't know me shit. If he throw me a bone, salute. But he don't know me nothing. And he don't got to get out my way. I got to get him out my way. What do I expect him to give up power, to give up resources? And he been sweating and grinding, and doors been getting slammed in his face, and he been being told no, and he been catching L's, and he been losing money, and now it cracked off for him, and now he's a success. He owes me? No. No. And we live in a world where all of a sudden it's about the weak man. What is this the same country where men went to World War One and World War Two? What would those men say if they came back and was like, wait a minute, y'all are crying for a guy that doesn't get laid? What? When did the guy start doing that? If a guy can't cut it, he can't cut it. Period. Now, if you really care about those dudes, why don't you create something and bring those guys in? Help them with their social awkwardness. Help them to learn how to talk to women. Help them with their finances. But you're not going to do that. What you do is you use these statistics about lonely men as a content strategy. You don't give a damn about those men. What you use those men for is a leverage thing to talk to women, to try to put women in their place, right? Message to women: never be sympathetic because a guy can't get laid. What do they want you to do? Give them welfare pussy? Like, men are going through a lot. I guess, I guess, I'm a, you know, even though you ain't doing nothing, right? I guess start taking her panties off. What? Huh? Better get in line, dude. Is you crazy? It's not how the game go, right? I'm short like the rest of the dudes, 5'9". But my confidence, the dude inside of me is 8 feet tall. So I don't even notice I'm short until I'm around tall dudes. I'm like, damn, he's tall. But I don't shrink. I don't get inferior. My gift ain't height. But I got other things. I'm almost 40. I got a head full of hair. I'm going to work that. You see? Because I'm responsible for my own legend. What's my gifts? Oh, shit. My hair waves up. So how about I keep my haircut? Right? My skin is cool. So how about I keep my skin up? The tall dude got acne. The tall dude is balding. That ain't his gift. His gift is height. There's women gonna like him for that. Cool, right? So let me work my gifts. So instead of making women sympathetic to these invisible men, tell those invisible men to maximize their gift. Everybody got one. Everybody got something that can be pulled from and something that can be elevated from, but it's more profitable to keep those invisible men invisible because it's content strategy. Stop playing around. Huh. When I was watching Achilles, right? In Troy, here was a dude that fits my point. He was so focused on his own legend. He slaughtered Prince Hector, right? He cut Apollo's head off. He made sure that he went down in history as the greatest warrior. And in order to do that, he understood that his glory and his doom went hand in hand. So he understood that if he goes to this war, he might die. But he was so focused on his own legend. What happened to men being focused on their own name? Why are we pretending that we're just one organism? We're not. That's cap. What happened to men going for glory? For your name? What happened to that? Because that's what it's all about, fam. Your name. What will history say about you? You. All the guys that are alive right now, we will all be dead one day. You know how you live forever? Someone say your name. If you have an uncompleted work that's interesting, someone coming behind you to complete that uncompleted work. And the completed works you have, someone deify those completed works. And people build statues and edifices of you because you're a great thinker or a great soldier or a great poet or a great architect like Frank Lloyd Wright, right? You get a street named after you. You get your name on a school. You publish books and philosophy. And when you're passed on, people that are new to the planet audit your thinking and dissect your thinking. What happened to guys going for the name? It ain't about the name no more, huh? It's about 1 in 3 men aren't getting laid. So, let me tell y'all something. Because maybe y'all got the game twisted. And I'll be the one to tell you. Pussy's not a reward. I'm just being honest with you. It's attraction. But it's not a reward, though. Women want to have sex too. But many of you men actually think that for your labor, for your studying, for you being the top guy in your field, your reward is sex. Your reward is the legend. Women are a byproduct of you just doing something great, but it's not a reward though. And y'all talk about sex as if I won now, give me the goods. Right? You got your first place medal and you're like, oh, yeah, all right, I'm ready, lay it on me. That ain't the reward, bro. For your hard work and your study, your reward is you walking in the room and other men looking at you like, yo, 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 he that dude, right? When you walk in the room, other dudes. Y'all talk so much shit about this alpha male crap, and you talk about it in terms of dating. Alpha male, if we're talking about it in its context that deal with animals, is male to male. It's not male to female. It's you being better than all the other dudes at something. You talk about mass alpha male and beta male when it comes to dating, but how you gonna be an alpha male in dating but a bitch in real life to other men? How can you be an alpha male when it comes to dating, but you go to the job and a supervisor is moving you around? Make that make sense. To be the alpha male is you being smarter than other dudes. You having an ability that other men can't do. You are the best of the best. It ain't got shit to do with being on a date with a woman. Tuh. Alpha and beta. How you an alpha male? Because you can pay for a date or you can get some sex. But you go to work and a dude that is shorter than you, skinnier than you, goes right into that break room and be like, "Hey, Clarence, break's over." How you an alpha? But you get on the phone though. Yeah, you better have my food. Why don't you tell that dude at work, man, I'll be there when I want. And he'd be like, "Okay, Clarence, I'm just coming to remind you." See, y'all don't want to focus the conversation where it's supposed to go. Man on man. What makes you an alpha is your name ringing bells among men. And what that does is it jumps you to the line for access to women, sure, because everybody likes a winner, right? But I'm just saying though, alpha, beta, put that in real time. What's that look like? What's that look like? Because you definitely, I'm sorry, I have to say it. I have to. You definitely cannot be a black man talking about alpha male, but you're asking for reparations. You definitely cannot be a black man talking about alpha and beta when you say you're oppressed. You can't be an oppressed alpha. If you're a black man and you're interested in the alpha shit that you're talking about, you know who your competition is. Focus your direction on him and take your attention off black women. Cause you're at to black women, that don't make you alpha. Take your attention over there. And you see those little dudes in Silicon Valley? You know, the one that control algorithms? You know, the ones that control what you see and what you hear? He might not be tall as you. He might not can even outsex you. But he can kick you off the platform. Who's the alphas? You see all the stuff that Kanye is going through? Other men are doing that to him. Who are those men? I'm just saying. Because it's about focusing on your own legend. And when you get caught up in this BS, you lose sight of what this thing is really about. It's about name. It's about what did you do while you're here? And all this simp. Simp used to be applied to a guy that was a John. And it was a word that was used amongst pimps. Y'all have took the word and applied it to a guy women agree with. You're a simp. Why? Because look at all those women agreeing with you. What? What? A simp is a John. That is a street term that dudes that never played in the street are using. And it was a term that was used among peas to describe you. And the internet has taken the term and just placed it on anybody. Hey, miss, you look very nice today. Simp! What? Yo, I'm not trying to hang out with dudes, fam. I like let's keep it a stack. Yeah, you niggas is cool and all, but I don't get dressed for you. I like women, right? So we're in a weird space where dudes having conflict with women. I don't. I don't imagine a world with no women. That's what you and your peoples do. That's not part of my legend, right? It's the women that are going to tell your story. Throughout history, it's men's job to climb the ladder to dominate another man and erase his name from history. It's the women that tell your story, right? It's the women that tells your story. You know what I'm saying? And we're at a stage where giving a woman a compliment is weird. You simp. Women agree with you. Simp. 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 Like, yo, y'all can have that though, right? Because we playing a different game. I'm focused on my own legend, and you sure too. And when you're focused on the own legend, there's things and markers that matter. And the marker is the scoreboard. Men are determined by letters and numbers. Life period is determined by letters and numbers, but men specifically, how we grade. I didn't say it's fair, but this is what it is. It's about letters and numbers. And your legend is going to be determined by your letters and by your numbers. Report card. See, it starts here. What grade did you get? And the grade, the letter, and the numbers is going to be attached to your performance in your field. What is your grade? What is your number? Sports is determined by numbers, right? The scoreboard. And based on what it says on the scoreboard, that's who wins. But it's like that in life. It's about numbers. The Guinness Book of World Records records people that do amazing things, and usually it's a number associated with their ability. How long can you hold your breath? How many minutes can you juggle? How many things in your hand can you juggle? What's the fastest mile? The richest man in the world. Everything about scoreboard is determined by numbers. So your legend, that's what it's about. Numbers on the board. And what is happening is these conversations among men, it's not about letters and it's not about numbers. What it's about is something very lower nature: sex. Unfortunately, that number is a meaningless number. I'll give you an example. In urban culture, we are focused on the wrong letters and the wrong numbers. How many women I slept with, the number, what can I do with that? And the inches of my penis, this is the conversation, this is what we care about. That is an irrelevant number because that body count and those inches does not springboard me into power. However, the numbers on a report card can get you further than the inches on your penis. Those numbers don't count. Those are numbers that are below the waist. Yeah, it's fun in terms of pleasure, But in terms of scaling ability, it means nothing. This is not your inches is not the story that they tell. Your numbers here is the story that they tell. We are focused on the wrong letters and the wrong numbers. Oh, how many people did you beat up? Oh, how many years did you do in jail? You see those numbers? How what's the ideal size? 5 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches. What can you do with the number? So let's say it's 10 inches, 12 inches. Cool. The problem is you don't make no money off it. You don't make no money off it. So when you go around and you profess to be the most desirable, that means people want to sleep with you because of your below the waist inches. The problem is that number does not convert into money or power or prestige or land or anything. It's a cool conversation on Angela Yee's lip service. Girl, he got a big thing. Cool. But you give away free dick. So what does it matter? What does it matter? You got an impressive number right there. But it doesn't matter because it's not changing your life. People come to you for that number for pleasure. And then when they leave, you're still in the same position. So that number doesn't matter. But it's funny because y'all say F school, but the letters on this report card and the numbers on this report card takes you further than your inches. So what we talking about? Those letters and numbers but that are meaningless. Do you know that the Beatles sold 183 million units? Do you know that? The Beatles sold 183 million units. That number matters. That number matters. I'm gonna tell you another number matters. See, because I'm talking about scoreboard, and your personal legend is your scoreboard. In the military, they give a person a medal for how many lives he saves or how many confirmed kills he got. See, those letters get you, those numbers get you awards, and it gives you ability to scale. You become a national hero when you get the Medal of Honor for your numbers that you put up on the battlefield. When you put up numbers in industry, it boosts your personal legend because in this life, a man is the numbers that are associated with him. How many houses you got? How much money you got? How much land do you got? How many degrees do you got? How many promotions do you got? Those are the only numbers that matter. Inches don't matter unless it's on a football field. That was fired. I was fired. Go ahead and somebody make that into a short. That was bars. That was bars. Come on. Anybody know who this dude is? Probably don't. And you know what's funny? Is the people with the real numbers, you don't know them. This gentleman right here, he comes from a very, very, very important family. I just want anybody to guess his name. Anybody? Does anybody want to take a crack at it? Anybody? No? Okay. His name is Red Emerson. Now listen to what I'm about to tell you. His name is Red Emerson. He is part of the Emerson family. The Emerson family owns 2.33 million acres. So that is 2,300,030 acres. Did you hear what I said? 2,330,000 acres of land. They own the most land in America. The Emerson family. That's what matters. Numbers. We talk about the wrong numbers. We have been reduced in our personal legend to focus on a meaningless number, inches. Think about this, y'all. The world is based on miles, kilometers, meters, millions, billions. We are focused on inches. Alpha? In our culture, the alpha is based on inches. In the rest of the world, the alpha is based on acres, billions, millions, stocks. Look at the difference. When you see a guy doing a prank on the street, does he ask a girl, how many acres is too much? When you look at all these pranks, what are they about? Inches. Is 5 inches too much? Is 6 inches too much? When you deal with inches, you can't be an alpha male among the rest of the men. I'm sorry. Because the rest of the men don't talk inches. The rest of the men talk quantum. Big everything. Inches aren't big. See, we can't take our mind off sex, right? We can't take our mind off dating and mating. That's where the conversation stays. Sex, dating, mating, going to dinner, who should pay the bill? Alpha male, we dealing with inches. Them over there are dealing with acres. Them over there are dealing with billions. Oh, I get it. Jim Crow. Slavery. Black Wall Street. But you said you're alpha, so none of that matters. Because an alpha would be patriotic. So you would get some get back for Black Wall Street. And that get back would be to outperform everybody, right? Because when you focus on your own legend and the alpha, if that's what you really felt, that these people are doing something to you, you would be doing something to them by applying pressure with numbers. 100 million, right? 5 degrees, 100 buildings. That's what you would move around. You would let your numbers do the talking. Make sure you put numbers on the board because that's what it's about. That's what it's about. The numbers. And that's how your name lives forever. And in these spaces, there's so much talk about the matrix, the matrix, the matrix, the matrix. But the conversation is putting young men in the matrix. Let me tell you something, young dude, old dude. There is no enemy out there bigger than your own procrastination. There's no enemy out there bigger than your own self-doubt about your own abilities and what you're capable of. There is no enemy out there bigger than you not overcoming your own childhood fears. That wasn't even my topic yet. I'm about to get into my topic. And my topic is the 8 lies that men are taught. And I want to help, if I get one guy to escape mental bondage based off the 8 lies that you've been taught. And we'll get into that after the break. Don't compare me to no content creator. Don't compare me to no goofy. Don't compare me to nobody that gossips. I don't do what they do. This is Coin Gang, ministry for abstract thinkers. This is a safe space for people that got out-the-box philosophy. Abstract thinking represents the future. Abstract thinking unlocks the mystery in you. And that's way, way more important than the history in you. The most important real estate to invest in is your mental real estate. And personal development, well, is the only type of development. We in the future. And if you still listening to me and you ain't putting nothing down to pick nothing up, you are bugging and you are out of pocket. Pay like you weigh. I take quarters, nickels, and dimes. That ain't a crime. Anything better than free 99. I want to get into the 8 lies that men are taught. And these lies are having a huge effect on men's personal development. If you're ready to hear the 8 lies that men are taught, and I pray that you don't teach your sons this or your brothers this. If you are ready to hear the 8 lies that men are taught, go ahead and press 1 in the chat. Go ahead and press 1. The first lie that men are taught is your children are your legacy. Ooh, that's a lie. That's a lie. That is the first lie that men are taught, that children are legacy. The reason why I'm saying this is because number one, they're not. And men has made their entire existence about procreating. That's all this is about. Oh, I want to have babies. For what? Why? Children aren't legacy. You just want to have sex, but children aren't legacy. Legacy, something inherited for a predecessor, a heritage. When you in urban America, one of the things that we're masters of is making words mean what we want it to mean. We will change the definition of a word to fit what we want it to mean. Legacy is not your children. Legacy, a gift of personal property by will. Also, you could put trust in there as well. Right? Financial instruments that pass things on, wills, trusts, life insurance. That's legacy. Having a son is not legacy. But let's add on to the definition. A definition of legacy is something that is passed on, but legacy can take many forms. A legacy could be one's faith, ethics, and core values. A legacy may be monetary or your assets. A legacy may come from one's character, reputation, and the life you lead, setting an example for others. But one thing a legacy is not is babies. So many men have made mistakes believing that children are a legacy, that they just have them even when they're not ready. Legacy is not children. Legacy is the things you pass to children. Legacy is the things you pass to the nonprofit or pass to your community. That is your legacy. Go back to the conversation we had 5 minutes ago about the scoreboard. Everything that you put on the scoreboard is your legacy. Those numbers, you can pass those numbers to people. That's legacy. Having children is not legacy. The reason why you think that is because you've been reduced to a buck. And that's all we function on is sex. Pay close attention to the podcast. What are they talking about again? Dating, finding men, finding women, having dinner. Now just think if you was an other and you was like, let me give these group of people a chance. I want to see what they talk about. And you just listened. And then you clicked on from video to video. Oh, celebrity gossip. Okay. Oh, Nicki Minaj beefing with Lotto. Okay. Oh, podcast. Divine masculine. I never hear the richest people in the world talking about divine feminine or divine masculine. I hear the poorest people in the world talk like that. Divine masculine. It's a way to ease poverty. It's a new age language to ease poverty. The people with all the power, all the land, and really all the time to talk about things like that, they don't. How can the person or group of people that claim ancestral slavery talk about divine masculinity and divine femininity? No disrespect, but if it was like that, then the divine masculinity and the divine femininity would have repelled your enemies away from you. But that divine masculinity and that divine femininity all of a sudden don't operate when somebody's aiming a gun at you and tells you, yeah, whatever, get on the floor. Yeah, put them chains on you. Yeah, get on that boat. Yeah, shut your mouth. All of a sudden, we're in a jam. We're going through trauma. Divine masculinity kick in. It's been 300 years. Come on. Yeah, okay. Fantasy. stuck in suspended belief. Show me. Activate that shit. Let me see that in real time. Let me see divine masculinity scale. Show me how it works. Don't tell me. Show me. Build a house? Show me. Right? Show me. Got your kids in college? Just show me. Demonstrate it. Oh yeah, this is what it looks like. All right, let me see. So shit, I'll if it works, I want to use it. Can you put it in a pill? Can you put it in a drink? Can you put it in a brownie? Show me. I don't see nothing but people being pregnant and having babies, a bunch of kids, and a bunch of pictures, and a bunch of shade, and a bunch of gossip, and show me. But the first lie for men is thinking that children are your legacy. And that's why many men are just seed, 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 seed. And we talk about the wrong seed. We talk about seed in terms of a woman being pregnant. That ain't the most important seed. The most important seed for a man is an ideal. Because that ideal can turn into the Hoover Dam. That ideal has the ability to turn into Tesla. That ideal has the ability to turn into skyscrapers. That ideal has the ability to turn into the internet. The ideal has the ability to turn into submarines. It has the ability to turn into cloud storage. We focused on the wrong seed. And the seed that I'm talking about is legacy. And that makes you live forever. Having babies does not make you live forever. You focused on the wrong seed. The seed that makes you live forever is an ideal. Christianity is a seed. Islam is a seed. Buddhism is a seed. E equals MC squared is a seed. Those seeds, those ideals, those philosophies have turned into way of life. It's philosophies that allow men and women to go from a low state to a high state. It allows people to have a blueprint on how to build civilizations and societies. That's the seeds that matter. Your kids are important to you. Great. But there's a higher level of planting. You ain't just a buck. You are way more than that. Don't let them finesse you and think that's what life is. Yeah, man, get a job, get a wife, get her pregnant, die. That's it. That's it. Meanwhile, other dudes are like looking at the stars and like, I may not be able to get there in my lifetime, but I want to be responsible for the generations that come after me. You got dudes thinking off planet, while people that look like this can only go as far as marriage and having babies. God damn, that's a hell of a ceiling that youngsters get to see in this culture. Marriage, 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 marriage. Anybody can get married, yo. Anybody. Anybody. Marriage. That's all you talk about. Marriage. Married to what, though? Not being married to discipline, not being married to philosophy, not being married to fitness, not being married to building. No, 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 no. Community. Somehow, in this culture, guy and girl are supposed to get married. Then what? You're still in poverty. It's just a byproduct of life. That's something humans do. That ain't the ceiling. In this culture, marriage is an actual goal. Think about that. Out of all the lists of things that a guy could do in this culture, marriage is a goal. Don't let that go over your head. Out of all the things, that's a goal? That's a goal. I can go to Vegas with a woman and get married. That's a goal? That's just something I do as a human. We're talking now as if it's unique. You can do it or not. One day somebody's going to bury you. And that's it. You're done. Right? It's it. You're done. And after they pour out the alcohol, and after you go through the ritual at the wake, people eating chicken at your wake. Who made these wings? Slobbing. They was just crying. An hour later, they all the mac and cheese. You know, motherfuckers greedy. It's hot. It's burning their mouth. Sucking their finger. That's all they gonna do. Some of that cornbread right there. Yeah, give me some of the beans. Some people gonna wipe the shit on their shirt. Yeah, that was my dude right there, man. Yeah, pour some of that yak. Other people gonna be in the other room playing dominoes. Domino, bitch. Another person in your family gonna be hollering at the chick that he wanted to holler at. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been seeing you, I've been seeing you. I didn't even know you knew Ken. Oh, yeah, I've been seeing you. Another person gonna be cursing your name. Yeah, that motherfucker owe me $5. Yeah, I let that nigga borrow $5 40 years ago. I'm the reason that nigga started that company. I'm the one that gave that nigga $5. And then dudes sucking on their fingers. And the people in the back playing dominoes. And the dude hollering at the chick over there. And the person cursing you for $5. When they all leave, they will never say your name again. You know why? Seed. You didn't plant a seed. Because you got tricked in thinking that children was your legacy. And that's the first lie. The second lie that men have been taught, the second lie is that women are a weaker being. Again, lower level thinking. Physical force is not the only kind of force. You want to prove it? Yeah, sure. You see this? This is based on energy. Just because you're physically stronger than somebody, it does not mean you are stronger overall than somebody. There is different types of force. If you only think physical force is the only force in the world, you don't know shit about physics. Look at these. You see them? You know what they do? This. What's inside of here, you can't see. has no shape. But when these blow up, it releases an energy that does this. It does this. That's based on unseen forces combined with each other with enough pressure to blow an entire city off the map. That's a woman too. Your power may be physical, right? But look at the power a woman has to break a man all the way down without even touching him. So a woman's power is in the unseen. And I would argue, unseen forces on this planet are stronger than physical forces. How do we know? Doesn't the moon govern the tide? Doesn't the moon govern menstrual cycle? So an object that far away moves over, and there's a force going on between the ocean and a woman's cycle based on non-physical force. That's the second lie men are taught. And this is how women beat you in the game, because you don't know where their power is. If you knew where women's power is, you wouldn't catch L's you do from women. We both have a power somewhere. Mine might be my BMI, my ability to lift things. But the woman has the ability to lift the man up without touching him and make him go get a job and make him take that money and give it to her. What are we talking about power? Think about this. Who's more powerful? I'm just saying. Non-physical force. How does the person not touching you, the anticipation of pussy makes a man get up, cut his hair, wash his car, work real hard for the week, save his money just for the anticipation of touching someone? That's non-physical power, man. Are you tripping? Don't you believe in God? Is God physical? You believe that God has dominion over the whole planet and God is in charge. How? From the invisible forces. So God is moving things around and you can't see how it's happening. But you think that it's just physical. Now, a smart man is going to combine the non-seen with the seen. Let me tell you how. Study women. Take on female characteristics. I don't mean physically, I mean non-physically. Because if a woman has the ability to move a man around without touching him, then you can also learn that ability. So now you can begin to move men around without doing this. I hope that didn't go over your head. Number 3, the third lie. Men are taught. Very important. Women are emotionally connected to sex. Another lie. I'm giving you the keys to the car right now with the last two. Y'all think women are emotionally connected to sex. They're playing your ass. As long as you keep thinking that, you will keep giving up all of your shit. They are primal, just like you. They are animalistic, just like you. They're not connected to sex like you think. If that was the case, every woman has had access to a dude that's well endowed. How come they don't stay with him? How come a woman will leave a dude that's well endowed for a dude that's smaller if they have this emotional connection to sex? No, they have a connection to you. They like you. Understand. The sex is just the icing on the cake because they like you. You got the game twisted. Some of y'all really think when a woman cheats, it's because she's unhappy with you. Not necessarily. Some women are primal. Some women like to have sex. There are some women that like having sex with multiple men. Surprise! There are some women, it does not matter how well you have sex with them. They can get up and walk away from you. It does not matter how much you thinking, yeah, yeah, yeah. Say my name. She might even say your name. Clarence. It's mine. Oh, it's yours. And you done. You kick your feet up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You think you got her. And you know what she hit you with? So what you about to do? Oh, yeah, I was chilling. No, you can't stay tonight. Now you thought you was finna use the car. No. You thought you was finna drive the Benz. You telling your man, she got the Benz. She got the Tesla, bro. I'ma lay it down tonight. I'ma lay it down. I'ma get the Tesla, dog. Hey, bro. Hey, make sure you use the honey pack. Get the Rhino. He get the honey pack. Sip a little Hennessy. Know what I mean? Cause he really want to use the car. He need to come back to the homies. Like, yeah, hey, remember old girl? Yeah, oh my nigga, I see you. Ooh. You do the honey pack. You sip the yak. You hitting it. Clarence. Yeah, yeah, killing it. Think you about to lay up in her shit. And she hit you with the. So what you about to do? You like, what? And then you messed up in the head because she don't hit you until she want to fuck. And your mind is blown because you were told that all you had to do was have sex. And the women has an emotional connection to that. Some women, most women, they like the man. That's what they don't tell you. She rocking with you. That's a lie. They want to have sex just like you. Do you know why they don't come out and say that? Because of judgment. So they allow men to keep thinking that. That's their finesse. I know the rules. I know women's secrets. If you allow women to talk with no judgment, you would be surprised how nasty women are, how far they're willing to go, some of their secrets, some of their whole stories. Pah! You have no idea. You have no idea. She likes you. She likes you. Period. And once you learn that women are not emotionally connected to sex like you think, you'll get better outcomes because there's something that women have a connection to more than sex. You probably never thought of it. I'm going to give you the secret. Women have a connection to intelligent men more than they have a connection. What you think sex is to women is actually intelligence. Now, put that on a dude with a haircut, and a jacket like this and a part. Nah, fucking with you. But all seriousness, put that intelligence on a nice face and a line-up beard, and you got some Air Forces on, okay? Women want knowledge. Women want knowledge. Y'all bugging. Women want conversation about more than the bullshit. Women want to do this and just listen to you talk. Yeah, because the universe, aliens, you'll be surprised. Half these girls grew up being nerds. You just don't know that side of them because we want you feminine fit, frankly. You don't even know that a lot of these girls is nerds. You don't even know that a lot of these girls is into mad shit. You don't even know. Come to the date with the amethyst crystal. Hey, I was just thinking about you. It ain't even gotta be big. Come with the amethyst little crystal. She gonna get the when you go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Girl, I think this nigga the one. He done brought me a crystal. You thinking it's about Roof Chris? Get off social media, man. That's content strategy. You think it's about, oh yeah, man, got a restaurant. As soon as you go to the bathroom, girl, Clarence done got me an amethyst crystal. Why he got you a crystal, girl? Girl, he got me a crystal. Something so small. You know why that's big? Cause no dude ever thought come at her like that. Was something little. And you know what I'm saying? And she like, thanks, Clarence. And then you like, yeah, man, cause I remember the other day you said you was into energy and stuff. So you know what I'm saying? She go back to the house. Girl, I think he the one. He done got me a crystal. Something little like that. See, the content, the pranks and stuff, I have you thinking, oh, women, Ruth, Chris, and blah, blah, blah. That ain't everybody. It's a whole world of women that's not being spoken for because it doesn't drive ratings. So they don't, you know what I mean? There's mad women that barely post on social media. You think every woman is on social media. You think every woman does that. And you think that majority of women are emotionally connected to sex. And they're not. They are very primal and will slut you out. In fact, it's getting so gangster that a lot of women are passing men to their partners. Yeah. Girl, you need to try. Girl, you need to try this dick. There's women that are doing that. You think they're connected to sex. You think women are becoming like men. No, they always been like that. They always been like that. But because religious indoctrination and coverture laws and the way that the society was built, women had to survive. Right? You think they're not like that. But number three, and that's in all seriousness, this is important for men to understand because you're getting worked and you think that the you do that on a physical level. It ain't like that. It's all up here. Four. Number four. The fourth lie men were taught. This is a big lie. because this is the foundation of a lot of guys thinking. You were taught that the man come first. You were taught that a man was the first being on the planet, right? And I just want to correct you real quick. So, men were not the first beings on the planet. Man was the first beings on the planet. Man and men are not the same. The first beings on the planet were not human, they were energy. Okay. And male and female are principles, are metaphysical principles, and they represent themselves on the physical level with penis, vagina, certain characteristics. But on the energy level, we are all the same. Man begin to take on a human form because of the force on this planet. So we begin to have nervous system. We begin to have internal organs. But this is a creation process that took a minute. So when they teach you in science about the earth cooling and it changing forms, one of the things they are not telling you is that the being of man was on the planet. Light is our original state. That's important to understand because you think that the first was men, and that's not true. Man was first. In the beginning was the word. What's that? In the beginning was the word. And the Spirit of God moved over the faces of the deep. And the earth was without form and void. That's what you're looking at right there. Right? It's not about ego. You really believe. Make this, now think about this for a second. In the animal kingdom, life comes out of the female. In the human world, life comes out the female. But in the Bible, life come out of the man. If life came out of the man, then that would continue in all of nature. Right? What that is based on, that kind of thinking, is a religion, a religious cult that developed that was based on the worship of the phallic. Okay, this is how God is a man, the devil is a man, it's his son, is this. Okay, man and women have been at war for a very long time. And the reason you're looking at things from the last 2,000 years, why it looks like that, is because the woman lost. So this is how everything is based on the phallic. But the original man is energy, light, consciousness. And consciousness begins to take form. A great movie about that is The Day the Earth Stood Still with Keanu Reeves. When light comes to the planet, it has to go through another rebirth. And it has to be reborn into a physical form. Okay? Our physical form is a birth that we have to go through from the unseen. But that's not our original state. So the fall of man is being alive physically. And Adam fell. From where? Right? And phallic worship teaches you that the man was alone and he needed a helpmeet. So the woman was created second. but nature does not agree. Okay? That's the fourth lie men are taught. Now, why did I bring that up? Because we like to pull that rank when we want the one up on each other. Hey, you're my help me. What? What? What do you mean? We exist in pairs. Neither is better. Neither is better. You want proof? Let's go to the cemetery. It's dead men, dead women. Who's better? Which dead body's better? We're the same from the beginning, and we are the same when we go. All that other shit is politics. Trying to get the one over each other for to feel more important. I'm the man. Why do you kneel when you propose? That's a sign of weakness and submission. I'm the man. When you're born, you go straight to the nipple of the mama. No, 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 no. Our original state is light. And all the things that we're talking about is a perversion. If you really want to find out what's going on, then study esoteric knowledge. The problem with that is it's not going to appeal to your ego, right? And the reason why that fourth one is important, so we have grace for each other and stop the talking point. Man, is this? No, 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 no. She does this, and you do this. If you cover her nose and mouth and she can't do this, she will die. And if you cover your nose and mouth and you can't do this, you will die. So who's over who? Number 5, lie that men are taught. That men are naturally logical. That's not true. That's not true. Logic is not natural to a boy. That's not true. Logic. Logic may be defined as the science that evaluates arguments. The perfect purpose of logic as the science that evaluates arguments is thus to develop methods and technique that allow us to distinguish good arguments from bad. That's a training. That's not natural. You have to be trained to do that. Logic is a branch of philosophy. That is not natural to a male. That's a lie. Why is that? Why am I bringing that up? So you can study to show thyself approved. Because if you think logic is natural, then you won't study philosophy and you won't increase your learning because you think you're already like that. No, you're not. Logic is a way to think, and anybody can be trained in logical thinking. That is not already hardwired into a male. I have a male son. I have a son, and when he was 10 years old, nothing that came out of his mouth was logical. So all of a sudden, when he turns 21, all of a sudden he has it. No, I had to teach him to see the world a certain type of way, to listen and break down a conversation. That came from me training his brain. Logic. This is the branch of philosophy that has to do with learning the rules, principles, and techniques that should guide an argument. In logic, knowledge of what an argument is taught. that various forms of arguments, as well as the properties that make up an argument, good, are also learned. In addition, an understanding of the major pitfalls in form of fallacies to avoid is imparted. Knowledge, logic is something that you are taught. You are taught how to think logically. That is not natural to a male. You're not born with logic. You are taught to think logically. That's important so guys can study to show thyself approved and seek a better mindset. Okay? Number 6, the sixth lie that men are taught. Very important lie. That men are not emotional. There's nothing wrong with emotions, man. We are making ourselves sick trying to be this alpha or whatever bullshit y'all talking about today. There's nothing wrong with emotions. Yeah, man, you're being emotional. We're all emotional. If you are in the human meat suit, you are emotional. Trust is an emotion. Amused is an emotion. Hesitant is an emotion. Indecisiveness is an emotion. Being embarrassed is an emotion. Inspired is an emotion. Refreshed is an emotion. When you say, man, I feel great today, that's an emotion. Vibrant. Yo, I'm real focused right now. That's an emotion. We are sitting up here saying that the woman is emotional, the man is logical. Therefore, we can only really experience anger and being happy. Oh, men, we hold stuff in. And that's why the life expectancy, especially for black men, 40 don't look good on a nigga. 40 don't look good. 45 look terrible. And 50, man, niggas damn near dead. Why? This backwards thinking, trying to be this fake ass man. Yeah, I'm an alpha. I'm this. I'm not emotional. Man, we all emotional. Every last one of us. When you are motivated, you are being emotional. Men are not emotional. Really? Then why every time a dude look at another dude, man, what you looking at? Explain the violence. Explain, I wish a nigga would. 0 to 100. No conflict resolutions. Those are emotions. Now, the key is to train your emotions, to be able to synthesize emotions, to be able to go to one state to another state with fluidity and ease. The reason why people go high to low and can't express themselves and can't function is because they can't synthesize to the next motion. They go from extreme happy, sad, boom, and all of that is chemical release. So to be able to have homeostasis, right? To be able to have the balance, right? With ease, go from state to state, right? Motivation, sadness, happy, everything from state to state, right? The problem is because we don't think we're emotional, we crash hard, okay? Like a caffeine rush, and when it dies down, we're right? To be able to go from state to state with ease and grace. So that's the sixth lie men are taught. And that lie is important. And that lie really makes a lot of men unhealthy. Okay? Nothing wrong with being emotional, right? You don't want to be too much of anything. So finding a common ground with your feelings. The seventh lie that men are taught. Oh, a man is supposed. Why is that always associated with a man? A man is supposed. Dot, 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 dot. Question. Who said a man is supposed to protect and provide? Where'd that come from? A man is supposed to dot, 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 dot. And none of those dots have anything to do with his own well-being. You don't let nobody speed up your time and tell you what you're supposed to do. You are in charge of your manhood. Number one, the first law of nature is uh the first law of nature is self. That's the first law. Self-preservation. That's first and foremost. How the hell do you skip self-preservation and go, oh, protect and provide and service for others? And no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. You got to take care of yourself first, young man, old man. Half of you ain't even healthy talking about, I gotta provide for a woman. Man, you are a man when no one's around. What makes you a man is not what you do for others. Get that bullshit out your head. Your sacrifice is not what makes you a man. You giving up your body is not what makes you a man. Giving all your resources and being used is not what makes you a man. What makes you a man is your ability to get on the other side of the things that scare you the most. What makes you a man is an alchemical process that allows you to go from male to man, shadow work. You're going from a lower state to a higher state. That's what makes you a man. If you decide to give, great. If you don't, you still a man. You are always a man once you achieve manhood. It is not what you do for others. It's what you do for yourself first, going from an animal state to a higher state of consciousness. That's what makes you man. Not your ability to go to work and give all the shit that you work hard for to other people. That ain't what makes you a man. Don't let the world create a narrative for you and you succumb to it and you are exhausted and spiritually drained. You got to take care of yourself first. You taking care of other people, you do that because you gave your word, right? And us in a higher state is being able to make our word bond. So if I say I'm going to do it, then I'm going to do it because word is bond, right? And if I can't do it right now, give me a second. But your manhood is not your ability to take care of a woman. Sorry. A woman is not a child. Sorry. Sorry. Just like I said, a woman is not mostly connected to sex. A woman is same over here. Ain't nobody like this. Ain't nobody like this. Right? If I give, it's because I can. It's because I rock with you. But it ain't got nothing to do with me being a man and you being a woman. A man is supposed to. Says who? Says who? If you believe in the Bible, Adam ain't provide for Eve. If that's the first man that ever lived, there's not even an example. He didn't do shit. He didn't protect. He didn't provide nothing. That are societal cultural shit that we place on people. No, 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 no. Your human design comes first. You have to provide for yourself first. You have to protect yourself first. What's that look like? Protecting yourself from seeing the wrong things, hearing the wrong things, tasting the wrong things. Providing an opportunity for yourself, right? And because of your loyalty to other people, you begin to share what you protect and you provide from yourself. What you do for yourself, That's what you begin to share. But that ain't your purpose, though. If you are in the woods by yourself with nobody around, once you achieve manhood, you're a man. And you achieve manhood by being able to suppress a lower nature, alchemy, rising, basically turning a base metal to gold, a lower nature into a higher thought, which is man. But if no one's around, I'm still man. Man, if I give to you, it make us family. But a lot of dudes out there are straight under mental stress because he can't do nothing for other people. And he's on the verge of breaking down. Y'all got dudes out here breaking them back with this thinking, right? But there's an option, right? That's a matrix. You got to take care of yourself, fam. And if you do for others, it's because of your family and it's your love. And your giving is an expression, you know what I'm saying, of having enough, right? But you have to take care of yourself first. Please tell your son to take care of himself first, right? Please tell your sons, you know, a woman is not his end all be all. Please tell your sons to find himself. Please tell your brothers to, there's a journey that at the end of the road, at the end of the journey, it's not a woman at the end of it, right? Please tell your sons or your brothers or your cousins, even your boyfriend, right, that you're not his purpose. Shame on any woman, I'm going to say it, that you standing in the way. You standing in the way. His purpose comes through you. You are the most important thing in his life. Why you want to be the most important thing in a person's life? Now, my necessary narcissism don't work like that. I don't want to be the most important thing in someone's life. Why you want to be that? Why you want to be some shit like that? Think about that for a second. If you find a dude trying to make you his purpose, you got to move out the way. I don't care what kind of money he got. I don't care about what kind of lifestyle he got. Because here's the thing. You don't got to listen to me. Soft life, right? You're going to pay for that later. I promise you. Then he got resources. Cool. Cool. He's going to resent you later. You know what he going to hit you with? I changed for you. You know what he going to hit you with? I did this for you. I'm telling you what I know. And you can feel when a person is making you their purpose. You feel it like, damn, nah, baby. Look, I'm going to be here. I'm going to rock with you. But you got to have something bigger than me. I am not the biggest thing in your life. And I'm sorry, a lot of you women is broke the fuck down. For real. And you need that. You need that. You need to be number one. I'm number one. I'm number one. I need to be number one in a man's life. Why? Why? Why you need that? You in the way. A man is supposed, sorry ladies, first, you ain't even a part of that ... You way down there. Sorry. A man is supposed to self-actualize. A man is supposed to look in the mirror and be like, damn, there I am. Oh shit. Oh, okay. All right. These my hands, these my feet, these all right. All right. Let me get a grip. All right. This is the world. This is how it is. All right. These is my skills. These are my fears. Right? It's about knowledge of self. Not knowledge of you. Not knowledge of you. Knowledge of self. Right? To know himself. A man is supposed you ... You don't even pop up yet. You don't pop up yet. You don't pop up yet. At all. You come later. Cause it's the thing. If it's not knowledge of self, then when he meets you, how's he gonna know what he's looking at? Number 8, the 8th lie and the final lie for a man is that your sacrifice makes you a man. You only got one life, fellas. One. And it's bigger than fighting rich men's wars. It's bigger than just working your entire life. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than your sacrifice. Right? That's the cool shit they say. But the people that tell you that, they don't fight the wars. They want your body. You do it. You go do that mine in that mine. You go dig that tunnel. You go lay that railroad. You go overseas and fight some foreign people. You do it. Your sacrifice has to be based on personal values. Okay? Your personal standard. Right? You're willing to sacrifice to keep it. What you believe in, you're willing to sacrifice to hold on to it. You're willing to sacrifice to maintain a certain standard. But it gotta come out of your mind. Don't let the government tell you what to sacrifice for. Don't let no woman tell you what to sacrifice for. Don't let no family tell you what to sacrifice for. Your sacrifice gotta be based on something that is deep inside of you. Because you can lose a limb. You can lose everything, right? And you gotta be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'll do it again. Now, the 9th one wasn't part of what the 9th one was a lie that I believed. The 9th lie is a lie that I believe, and I just thought I was regular. And I was just walking through life, just believing that I was like everybody else. Until one day somebody came up and said, stop believing that lie. I'm like, what lie? And they was like, stop believing that you not a nigga with waves. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Hey, check this out. Don't make me the last person that you pay on your list. You paying everybody else. Don't come here when you finish paying everybody else and think you can listen to me for free. You got $1. You got 5. You got 10. You got 50. You got a hundo. Put it on the wood. Don't come to me and listen to me for free and take all this game and change your life and then go invest and pay people that ain't never did shit for you. You coming over here for a reason, and I give you what you need every single time. So, fair exchange, no robbery. You gotta put something down to pick something up. I'm doing my job, so do yours. Value for value. Put it on the